Hi, welcome to the small shed. This week I'm hoping to get the fretboard ready to put on the neck of the guitar. See you in a minute. Now, last time I'd got the fretboard cut out and all the fret slots put in the right place, which is a start. Next thing to do really now is to radius the fretboard to the right shape and to get it cut roughly so that it'll fit on the neck, and that's what I'm hoping to do this week. So let's go and have a look and see how we get on with it. Now, I've got a radius sanding block. You can get these in different radii. It's 12 inch there, this is 9.5. What that does, it's got a concave surface on it, puts double-sided tape and sandpaper on that, and then rub that along your fretboard and it will give you the right radius that you need. I've set two pieces of timber on the bench to the exact same width as that block, parallel, and drawn a centre line down the middle, and I've put a centre line down the fretboard so that now when I put the sandpaper on there I can just run it back and forth along there. That should give me a nice even radius with the centre right down the middle, and when that line starts to disappear I'll know I'm down far enough. I can also check the depth on each corner just to make sure that I'm getting it pretty much evenly spaced. So that's ready to go. Let's get some sandpaper on it. Just as a means of making sure I've got it all covered, I'm putting pencil lines all the way across the fretboard so that once you start getting close to where you want to be you can tell what bits are being rubbed off and what bits aren't, until the whole lot is just disappearing as it passes. Right, that's taking it to 400 grit and it's smooth as a baby's bum. Very happy with that. It will need the fret slots carefully increasing in depth on the sides of the fretboard, but that's not really a problem as long as I'm very, very careful. But that now is looking beautiful. I'm really pleased with that. It's come out probably better than I would have imagined. There's probably something fundamentally wrong with it, but as a piece of woodwork, if you like, I'm very happy with it. Now, as I say, we'll have to just very, very carefully open out the slots. And we've also got a pretty good amount of nice maple dust, so that when I put the frets in you can just fill the end so you won't see where the slot is. So that's good. Now the next job is just to cut the fretboard down pretty much to length, so I've got to mark 10mm at the top beyond the nut, and I'll put a mark down just below the bottom of the fretboard end. I'm going to leave that slightly small amount of excess on that at the moment until I get the neck cut out, get it roughly in place, and then I can sort out the cutout that I'll need in the end for the truss rod adjuster. So that's the fretboard now. It's just about ready once the blank has been cut out for the neck itself. That's about right length from fretboard top at the nut. Now the fretboard that's been standing for about a week or 2 weeks at least, has actually moved very slightly, as I half was afraid of, because it's not a quarter sawn timber or anything like that. It's just very slightly got a raised bit down the back, which gives it the most minimal rock. It's probably only 0.5 millimetre, if that, but it means it won't clamp down tight to the neck. So I'm just going to run a plane down the middle of the back of the neck just to get that out before I actually glue it up. That's better. It's got rid of it. That's all it needs. Probably would have gone down with the clamping, but it's best not to put too much stress on things. That's much better now. I've got a much tighter. What it does, it means that I've got a very tight join all the way down the neck when I glue, whereas before I've got a bit of a gap showing there. So that's solved the problem. So as I say, it's only a fraction of a millimetre, but it was just enough to give it that rock on the neck. So I need to just house out a little bit of the neck to take the last raised part of the truss rod there, just run a route a bit down it, down half round cove type bit. So I'll put some masking tape down either side of the fretboard on the back, and then mark where the nut position is. That means I can then put the neck on properly in the right position, and then I can mark that on the tape and then cut the fretboard to position to the right shape. So the nut is there. And the nut has been put on the sides, nut positioning of the neck. And then a matter of centering it on that. Like so, and then that will give me shape to cut. Which I can then do on the bandsaw, do the final cleanup when it's actually glued on. I have got to cut the end out for the truss rod adjuster, but we'll do that when we've got this rough shape cut in first. Right, now it's time for one of those buttock clenching moments when you do something which can completely ruin the component. It's a very small cutout I need for the truss rod, and if I get that wrong it just buggers the whole thing up effectively. So let's hope we can get it done properly. I'm just going to make a little template up out of the usual. Gonna have to get some more super glue pretty quick because this is running out. What I'll do then is cut it out with either the bandsaw just to roughly cut it out to shape, or a fret saw, I'm not sure which yet, and I will then just get a little very small bit in the router, in the hand router, and run it with the shaft running around this timber, and hopefully that will give me a nice routed out opening. But as I say, if this goes wrong, we're into making a new fretboard. Well, it's not 100% perfect, but it is something I can just clean up with a file now. It's pretty much there. So the idea is now that I can put the truss rod in, bed it in a bit of silicone, and then the fretboard will go on top. And that will be accessible through there to be able just to put the spoked truss rod adjuster in and use that. So that's ready to glue up now. So yeah, we'll get that ready to glue. Hope that was of interest. Sorry if I'm getting a lot of guitar ones at the moment. I'm probably about 5 or 6 videos ahead, so I know there's going to be quite a lot coming. But it's one of those things that there's quite a lot of complex operations in there that I'm enjoying doing, and I'll take my time over it, and I can only really film what I'm building. So that will be the situation for the next few months, that we'll have 1 or 2 videos a month with the guitar in it. Longer term, if I do, because I'm really enjoying it, if I do get to do any more, obviously I won't be putting those out on a Saturday or a Friday video. I might put any out that I do extra middle of the week or something like that, so that if folks that aren't interested don't have to bother watching. But hopefully next week we'll have something different again, and I'll see you then. Take care, bye.